Easy people, nice things again. I'm at a complete loss why my webcam is just not working. I don't know why. Not that it matters. Today I want to do something about like fills. Not people called Philip, but they're all right. It's about like drum fills and like rolls and stuff like that, but in the arranger. So I think when I'm showing this, I'm probably going to be showing like other stuff that hopefully will make sense to you of the pros and cons of the arranger as well. Well, there's a lot of pros depending on how you work. Me personally, I always work in clip and then I fix things up in the arranger. But for today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for the most part, I'm going to do stuff just in the arranger. And I'll show you what I'm going to do about fills from there. All right then, so let's get started. What I'll do is I'll go to arranger here so that I'm there. I'm going to make sure, am I on me? Oh, great, I'm on screen already. Which is good because I don't believe I actually even set screen. Because I just literally just turned this on. So, first thing I'm going to do is turn down all the time correction. And that means I don't even have to turn time correction off. So now all the time correction is down to 0. So it's not going to mess with what I'm doing. And then I'm going to just record. And I'll record for a bit. And then I'll just use things to do with fill. So here we go. And here we go. Because the way that I like to do stuff, I'm just gonna do little fills in as well. Just off the top of my head. Yeah, something like that, I'll do. Right, so I got my little arrangement, and because I was recording it in real time as well, all of those things will go in as well. Just to prove that, let me switch back to the second screen. I'll move down, press shift for play. Oh, I always do that. And don't forget, obviously, you want to hear the arrangement, so I press that. Or I press that, and I press that because that's easier for me to hear the arrangement. So this is the arrangement now. Okay, so I've got my thing there, and now I want to do some fills. So I'm not going to do a musical. Yeah, I might as well make a musical. So let me think. I'll go boom, boom, boom. Right, so I'm going to go boom, 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 somewhere there. So I'll move this loop here. I'll put loop on. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going to be in the second one. How many bars is that? Zoom in. I can probably tell it's 1 bar. So I could either loop that, but I'm just going to keep it as 1 bar. So 3 to 4 is 1 bar, in it. Is that right? Yeah, of course it's 1 bar. Right. No, it's 2 bars. It's 2 bars, innit? 2 bars. Right. So I'm gonna. So in the second bar, doom, doom, So now what I can do is I can use a step sequencer to add my fills and add everything else. So here's where it gets interesting and how I think, me personally, and this is just one example of doing in fills and adding changes, this is where I think the step sequencer could be very useful, especially for folks who are not that comfortable playing. So the thing about the step sequencer is, at the moment, you can see there's only 1 and 2. There's 2 like sections. If I went further into this track just to show, so I'm going to turn the loop off, and I went further in this track. Well, in fact, I'll keep loop on because it doesn't really matter, and I'll zoom out a bit, and then I'm going to move this loop, all right, and I'll move it to say there now. So observe this about step sequencer now. Watch. So it shows you all the steps in the arrangement. So I've gone to the end of that. So that's the end. That's that end bit of here. If I keep an eye on it, I can see as well. That's number 13. So I could even I could kind of work it out that it's 13 if I didn't know. So if I go like this, I go here. Observe this now. If I press play, I'll move. Oh, I can just press play and it'll go to this point. You can see, so I can see where I am now. So I can go, all right then, great. Well, let me move that back to where I was going to do that roll thing. What was it? It was 3 and 4, weren't it? Yeah, whatever. 3 and 4. So I'll go with the step sequencer again, and I'm on 3 and 4 already, which saves me a load of bother. I press it once and press it once again, and that'll take me back to the main screen, the main step sequencer screen, i.e. drum, which is what I want. That's perfect. And I was going to do that bass, and I was going to make it go doom, 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 doom. So let's see what we've got there. So we've got my sequence here. I don't know how much of that you can see there. Right, that's cool. So the only thing that seems to be of issue here is it's not on the right one. That's what it is. It should have been on the second page, because that's the page where I'm wanting to look at 3 and 4. So here we go. Doom, doom, doom. So I can look at this. I can go doom, 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 doom. So it's there. So I want. So I'll have. So, well, that's kind of on the end of that. So I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. I'll have it at full blast. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can go through the rest of these and I can turn them off because I know I don't want these playing. And I've changed that now. And then if I was like, well, there was a duh. I didn't mind that actually, but doom, doom, doom. So I probably want more of them. Doom, 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 doom. So in that arrangement now, I've been able to add my own type of fill. So another thing I might do is on that second bar, because if you remember what I showed you in step sequencer, you can go and look back in one of my tutorials. The step sequencer, it only shows the top 2 bars, unless you press that and you go and use that as the 8 times 8, and that shows you the full 4 bars. I don't need that. I only need the 2 for context. And I don't even need the 2 for context. You can do it in 1 bar, but I'm just showing you. So like you can see it's the second bar of this. So maybe now I can go to the drums and maybe I can go doom, 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 doom. Maybe that. So where's the kick? So again, back, because the only reason why I did that and moved off that was because I was showing you this screen. If I would have kept in here and just gone back and forward, it would in theory, it should just show you the sequence. No, it doesn't. All right. So I've learned something new myself there. Whenever you move from instrument, it moves back to the first sequence page. So just keep that in mind. So now we're here. So I'll do some kicks here. And the greatest thing about this as well, keep in mind that all the step sequence functions still work. So if I go back to the knobs again, so that I'm back to 9 and 16, I can add swing into this. I can add strength into it back again. So I'll get rid of that and I'll make these swing just for the sake of argument. And then maybe on here, just for the sake of argument, I'm going to make this, I don't know, 32 triplets. So this is going to triplet here. So I have to go back again just to make sure, yeah, because now that's extended. So these things, I'm not really explaining fully, but if you go and look at the step sequence tutorial that I showed, it explains how you can have 32s and triplets, and it's going to get broader and broader. So for example, now this is on triplets, so if I add some in here, it's going to be on this end one. And if I go to 32, it's going to be wider, the amount of sequences there by 4. So I hope that's kind of making sense to you. So if I wanted to do any rolls, I'd want to be in the last bit of this. So maybe I'll add, just for the sake of argument, in here. Maybe I'll have that as snares. And then so maybe I'll do snares here. And then what I can do is I could bring them up on here, or what I could do is I could just draw them in. I could draw them in there, but that's going to be, oh yeah, I don't want to do all that. That's faffy. That's a bit more faffy. So what I'll do is I'll say that's one, and then I'll make that one a little louder. Maybe make that one a little louder. And then make them two loudest. Not that you have to, but there you go. So now I can check that out in context. So I'll go back, I'll move the playhead back before that, take off the loop, and I can hear. So I've got my thing going, and then so I could do that throughout this track. Wherever I think fills are needed, or wherever I want to change something, I can do that, and I can use the step sequence to do that. And what's helpful about that is, like I say, if you're not really that comfortable playing and you're not good with your rhythms, then voila, there you go, you can do it that way. Now, hopefully that's been helpful. Also, I'd like to say again, thanks for everybody who's subscribed and likes what I'm doing. It makes me want to keep doing them. So I just have to say cheers, and I really, really genuinely appreciate everybody who subscribes and watches my tutorial things, because like I said, I like to share, and I'm learning while you're learning, and so on and so forth. So please tell your friends. Tell Randy Gonzalez. I saw that on something one time. So just thought I'd use it. I don't know any Randy Gonzalez, but if you do know Randy Gonzalez, please tell him anyway. And until next time, take it easy and peace.